Hello and welcome to A Broken Binding Unboxing. This, my friends, is Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee, the September title from the Broken Binding as part of their fantasy subscription. Not to be confused with their bi-monthly science fiction subscription. And not to be confused with the inevitable upcoming horror subscription. I believe I heard that somewhere. I don't know if, I know they were tossing that idea around. I don't know if it ever got officially confirmed, but we'll see. So, of course, we're going to start off with a bookmark, Jade Legacy, September 2024, and a quote on the back saying, "Perhaps that was the great tragedy of Jade warriors and their families. Even when we win, we suffer." So this is the epic conclusion to the Green Bone Saga by Fonda Lee. If you wanted to get a full review on the book, not this particular copy, but just the book in general, I actually reviewed this title based on the regular trade edition last year. So you can check that out on the channel. I actually did videos for the entire trilogy as I read the trilogy. It was a good time. I'm not going to lie, I felt that this was the weakest of the three, but they were still all very solid reads. Of course, we have Randy Vargas' artwork gracing the cover, the artwork that is exclusive to this edition right there. We have the Call family mourning their family members with, was it Andon? Was that Andon's? That's his name, lurking in the background. If you're familiar with the novels, Andon is kind of like an outcast of sorts. He doesn't see eye to eye. He's not really reflected in the highest light as the other family members are. So nice quote on the back. Some stenciling on the cover here by Kate Cromwell. I believe they also provided this incredible stenciling on the spine and the page block. And then we have Charis Loke's Endpapers here. Very, very nice. And I believe we should have a map. We do have a map on the back. A map of the world. A map of the world also was featured in Jade War. It was not a fold-out map was featured in Jade City due to a printing error. This is limited to 1,500 numbered copies for the subscription. This is 805, which is my subscription number. Signed, of course, by Fonda Lee there. Yeah, no, it's a great trilogy. I would highly recommend it. It's almost like a kung fu gangster novel or saga with magic in the form of the jade, bioluminescent jade, which gives the residents of the island, residents of Kecken Island, which is all the way right down there, very small island in this big world, basically superpowers, enhanced strength, enhanced speed, enhanced reactions, reflexes, and what have you. So without spoiling what happens in the plot here, this is the conclusion to, well, the Green Bone Saga that started with some gang warfare, tensions mounting between the two families that are in control of the Jade. And, you know, the novels primarily follow the one family. I mean, they do follow the one family, the Call family. And Jade War, things escalate, and Jade Legacy brings everything to a head. I mean, it's a very good read. Like I said, it's not a bad read. I was a little disappointed, strictly because I didn't want it to end, which is a weird complaint, but it is legitimately could have been more than one conclusion novel. Like, you know, it didn't have to be a trilogy. It could have been a quadrilogy. Quadrilogy? What is it called when quadrilogy? It's late. My brain is fried. It could have been 4 or even more titles. It's not rushed by any means. Like, it's not like the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, the television series, where they're just like, all right, we're going to wrap it up. But Jade Legacy does feature generations. Like, there is a lot of time Like you're jumping ahead years in this. It crams a lot into one novel, which it's not a bad thing. I mean, I know some people absolutely loved it. They thought. I mean, I thought it was still done well, but I personally preferred the pacing of the first novel, Jade City. Jade War had a little bit brisker pacing. But then Jade Legacy crammed a lot in here. I would have been totally fine splitting into 4 novels, 5 novels, whatever, what have you. Fonda Lee could have really gotten away with doing so if she so desired, but she didn't. She saw where she wanted it to go, and she got it there. You know, I mean, it's not a bad ending. It's only a disappointing ending in regards to one character, which I do talk about in my full review. I mean, it has been over a year since I've read this, probably a year and a half. But there's one character who I felt had a dissatisfying or unsatisfying. It was a disservice that was done to this character because it was kind of building him up. I think that was kind of the point of the conclusion to that character, almost like that he didn't deserve to have an epic conclusion to his story. I think that was very much Fonda Lee's point, which I guess to that degree, bravo. But anyways, this is the nice little fancy edition offered by The Broken Binding. The Broken Binding has a huge wait list, so if you want to get copies of their subscription titles, you'll have to either join the wait list or buy it on the secondary market. Up next are the Tad Williams titles. My Magic Powers, where I did an unboxing of a Tad Williams title on the channel here for Grim Oak Press, and I said, hey, you know what, Grim Oak's the only one doing editions of Tad Williams, and then that same day, Broken Binding said, hey, you want to bet? We're going to do some Tad Williams. So up next is Dragon Bone Share, which is very exciting, very thrilled to be receiving that and see what the artwork looks like for that. They are splitting the third title for that into 2, so that is getting a 4-book treatment from Broken Binding, which is fantastic, because that third book is a doorstop. We're talking over 1,000 pages. Like, I am not a fan of glued spines on larger novels. That would have been a nightmare. I mean, it still might be a nightmare with like a title like this, but man, I'm glad they made that decision. Until they eventually upgrade to sewn bindings. We'll see what happens. The Broken Binding very much is kind of very fancy, customized trade editions, if you will. Tier 1 of the subscription is signed by the author, limited 1,500 copies. I don't know how many copies there are of the Tier 2, which is the unsigned edition, but you do get the same cool little specifications and customizations to the book itself. If you are just waiting on the wait list and you still want to check the books out every single month, subscribe to the channel here, because I will continue to unbox these month after month as I receive them. So you can always just live vicariously through me. I also have plenty of other unboxing videos on the channel, as well as at least one book review a week, so plenty to check out. So anyways, check out The Broken Binding, check out the Green Bone Saga and Fonda Lee, and we'll see you around next time.